now we move to one of the young and dynamic inspiration, Mr. Yusuf Kabir. Yusuf Kabir is a climate, environment, water, and sanitation practitioner at UNICEF India, Maharashtra field office. He is an international civil servant working in the development sector for the last 21 years and with UNICEF India since 2007. He has also worked with organizations like DFID, national level NGOs, and social and marketing research consultancy firms like GFK Mode, Organization India Private Limited, on issues related with WATSAN, wastewater management, waste management, climate change adaptation, disaster risk reduction, environmental and livelihood development, emergency response training and capacity building in social sector, etc. Wow, that is definitely what the young people now are looking out for, and thinking how to contribute from their part. Thank you so much, Yusuf sir, for joining us today. Over to you.
Thank you, Abrar. I think it's always better to be the last speaker in the panel when you heard from Manisha, Dr. Ghosh, Dr. Das, and other colleagues. Let me start with some little bit of fun. Like I can see that we started with more than 300 participants. Now there's some dropout of 51 participants. So can you see the screen? Like, can you see it, participants? There's something inside the bottle, right? You can ping me, and in the bottle, I'm taking out something in the hand, and it is something like this. Can you see my hand? Yes?
Yes, now we can.
Yeah, people. Can anyone wildly guess what is this? Wild guess. Anyone, any wild guess from the chat box? Okay, I can see so many inquisitive things. Raisins, black pepper, yes, seeds. Amazing. Carbon, soil, mustard, charcoal. Yes, it is nothing but our potty. It is nothing but our potty. This is not coral reef, not worms. This is, we call it as the human feces has been converted into a compost. Sorry, some light problem in my room. Human feces are converted into a compost. And when I say compost, it is smelling like just like a nice coffee flavor. Sorry, no coffee company should not sue me for that. But Dr. Ghosh knows that very well, that we often call this as a gold manure, because this is a perfect example from how waste can be converted into a resources. And it has been done in many parts of the India under the flagship program of the Swachh Bharat Mission, and the farmers are doing this for many, many years. Let me just try to fix my light first. These days, all this, because of this low carbon footprint, offices has made these lights that if you don't move, stand still for some few minutes, they'll automatically switch off the lights. So that is also a kind of a
sensor system. Huh?
Sensor system, yeah, sensor system. So now my sensor is not working. I do not believe in artificial intelligence. Sorry to say that. Okay, I believe in community. So let me tell you how I land up these things. Often I have been, you can find me, I introduce myself as a Safai wala, Kabari wala, and Pani wala. Like I believe that and always I say that if I am in this field today and working with UNICEF, anyone in India can do anything. Let me tell you why I'm saying so. When I was in 10th standard, I wanted to be a football player. I was very clear that I want to be a football player. So I come from Calcutta, which is known for football and everything. Then 11th, 12th, a series of Shah Rukh Khan came, Fauji. Then I thought that I should go for National School of Drama and get into some kind of filming and filmmaking on that stuff. Then in the graduation time, I was getting into this environment and social field. Then I started trekking. I did Kanchenjunga base camp and everything. Then after doing the graduation, I was a little bit confused what to do. Then I was looking for some courses where I don't have to read much. I can get a good job. At the same time, I can travel a lot. So I did my master's in environmental engineering and management from Calcutta. So, and my main passion was that to move around different parts of India, and if you get an opportunity to different parts of the world. And then my in 1999, this entire things has started moving, that I started understanding the environment. And in 1999, environment was a more like a Hebrew for many of the colleagues. They don't know what is environment. My parents used to face a lot of problem to convince other parents that what their son is doing. Like, what is environment engineering and management? So is it farming? Is it plantation or something like that? That was 22 years before, because it is still an emerging subject. Many of the colleagues had written in the chat box that I am working for last 3 years, still I am finding difficult to get a job. I am from commerce background, whether I can do environment job or not. I want to do farming. So 1999, I got an internship offer. There are a lot of questions from internship. A very good organization called People Science Institute in Dehradun. It is just opposite of Dr. Ghosh went to show the Forest Research Institute FRI in Dehradun. So I just opted for this place because I wanted to travel to Himalayas in Uttarakhand. I was not sure, very sure what is the job. So when I was landed the first day in that Dehradun, I met the director there, Dr. Ravi Chopra. He is my mentor, still a mentor. One thing that I'll come to the mentor later. So he, along with me, my friend was there. So he gave us an assignment. We went to do some kind of a big research. We coming from a premier institute after doing the CAT and everything. So the guy told me that whatever you have studied is totally, I cannot use the word here, but it's totally wrong. Just unlearn everything. So that was the first learning from me in the field. So he gave us a shovel, kind of a small trolley kind of a cart, and went that go to the every part of the particular town and try to find out kind of solid waste being generated. So 3 months, me and my friend just collected solid waste from different parts of the city after doing a dual degree program in the masters. We are very confused what we are doing. Whether I some of the time we are just thinking, just crazy, it's a crazy guy, he's spoiling our career. And one day suddenly he told me that you have to go to a particular forest and see, we are doing some work in the watershed management, constructing some dams. So the moment I reached the village, one villager told, "Arey, ye dam doom wala aa gaya." Matlab, they used to treat us as a dam doom wala, that we construct dams. So one of my director there, he told me that, Yusuf, you have to travel to another village, which is 2 kilometers aerial distance. I got so excited, I have to do trekking. But it's not aerial distance, 2 kilometers. I have to travel from one hill to other hill, and I have to walk down for 12 kilometers to reach that village. So why I'm saying so? Because what I have understood from my entire career, learning from the field is the most crucial part, whether you want to work in the environment or social sector. No one can teach you what community can teach you, what society can teach you, what environment can teach you, what nature can teach you. Another example, I was working in tsunami response. I was posted in Car Nicobar for an year. So I was looking after the rehabilitate their houses. So I constructed a house, so excited. With the tin shed, everything. So one Nicobar came and he told me that, who gave you the degree of this environment? I told, look, I've studied, I worked for 5-6 years. So he took me and showed that he only in the house that I have constructed, only he's taking his pigs. Only his pigs and goats are there. Your house is so well constructed that we can't stay there. Only our pigs and goats can stay there. So I was totally taken aback. Then he told me that I will teach you how to construct houses. And I'll tell you, I must tell you, this I have whatever learned from the housing part, shelter part, and they're amazing carpenters. I just given them certain tools and they showed me literally how to construct a wooden house, which is earthquake safe, and also which can, I can't say tsunami resistance, but earthquake safe, and I also can manage high tide. So these are the certain things that we have to learn from the field. In 2010-11, I was in one of the village in Latur. So I was giving a lot of gyan, like we have a fountain of knowledge come from the city to the village. And I travel a lot. So when I went down and told, look, your village has more number of mobile phones than the toilets. So one aged person came and came to me, Beta, तुम्हारा उम्र कितना है? How old are you? And that time I was 32, 33. Now I'm 46. So Abra, don't worry, I'm not that young. I have a son of 18 years of old. age, and he doesn't listen to me like what you're listening to me. Okay, that's a different thing. That's a different challenge with the generation gap. I'm still struggling there. No environment can manage anything. So that guy came to me and asked me that why are you comparing mobile phones with the toilet? Doesn't seen any comparison. No, we have not seen. That time our prime minister also told, our secretary is also telling, look, I need toilet for once or twice. अगर मेरा पेट खराब होता है तभी मैं दिन में 3 या 4 बार टॉयलेट ढूंढता हूँ. But I need mobile phones for every 10 minutes. And the guy is an aged person of 70 years old. I have no answer for that guy. So the aspiration and priority of the community is totally different and what we are trying to promote. So these are the some examples. I can see some fun photographs. I really enjoy my life and my work, and it is working fun in that particular field. You need to love what you are doing. You don't have to be a mathematician, physicist, environmentalist, nothing. You need to take risk. You need to learn how to take risk. And Dr. Das told very well, your communication skills need to be there. Like mostly, this is called TARPA. I'm trying to TARPA. I couldn't able to do anything, but someone took my photograph. It was one tribal village in Palghar. So the thing is that you need to learn to work with the community. Dr. Ghosh in his photographs was showing nicely all these people about Bedi brothers and everything. All the Dr. Vandana Krishna, I have worked with her closely in Dehradun for 1 year or so in her school. Learned mainly how to conserve the seeds. It is all about learning from the community. Farming, you should learn from the farmers, not go to a farming college. Of course, you need some kind of degree to get into a thing, but forget the degree, let me tell you, once you go to the field. So these are some practical lessons that I'm trying to share. And there are a lot of organizations are there where you can go for internship. And for the internship, you don't have to be a particular science graduate, an arts graduate, commerce graduate. If you have a passion for it, if you have a learning for it, you can go for that internship. Only thing, the 2-3 things you need to understand, that whatever you are doing, try to do well. And within the field, if you want to get into the green job, today only you have heard that Manisha nicely presented about the entire, how the UNEP is working on the larger ecological footprint, carbon footprint. Both Dr. Das and Dr. Ghosh is a conservationist, work on environmental conservation. I work, though Abra told, on many issues I work, because that is the nature of UNICEF work. But at the same time, my focus is mainly on the water supply, sanitation, and hygiene, and working with the community. This is something, it's looking like I'm in some kind of a paramilitary forces. It is during the COVID time, I was in the field, we're doing some vaccination drive. I also do this kind of thing also. So you learn to specialize in 1 or 2 few topics, because the green job and environment is quite a vast subject. Like what Dr. Das told nicely, that he started with the life science and how he specialized with the marine biology. Same with Dr. Ghosh, how she started at the IFS, but though she worked at the Swachh Bharat mission, but ultimately you have to find out your niche, and that is very important. And don't stop taking risk. Risk taking is very, very critical part in this field. I can't imagine in Abrar time, Abrar is, I think it's 21 years old, if I'm correct, Abrar. I can't imagine in 21 years in my time, having this kind of discussion and moderating these things. You are much, much ahead in terms of thinking, and there are a lot of opportunity. So don't only see the green job, bring the social and other aspect also in the green job and put it in the overall development sector. And that is the most crucial for the green job. So I won't take much time. I think I could able to cover, because we are running out of time. So there is very interesting fun quiz is there. And if with Abrar, with your due permission, can I start the fun quiz? We check
Yes,
with Naveen.
please.
Naveen, my colleague from Lucknow office, over to you. Naveen, over to you. So these are the few questions. Yeah, over to you, Naveen.
Yeah, thanks. So now you can continue. I'll just play. Again, the QR code, you are familiar with it. Just scan the QR code or go to any browser, type menti.com and type the code 47467917. So once now we have 245 participants. When around 50% participant joins the quiz, we will start our quiz.
I managed to get my sensor working. Sensor was not listening to me, less like my son. Yeah.
That's a bad example.
Yes, we can. How many? I think we can start, Naveen, showing the result screen. And there is no right or wrong answer. And no one is going to be crorepati after giving the right answer. Sorry, I just first thing. I love my green job. Okay, out of 76, 95%. I think you people are very focused. I was in my beginning in that green part, not sure, 40% when I started in 98, 99. I think you are much focused than me, at least than me. Can you go to the next question unless we have something, Naveen? 98. Oh, still we have a lot of energy. 100. Wow. 94%. Good. Like KL Rahul, we have also got a century today. Okay, good. This is very funny questions, and I want a very honest answer. Huh? I don't have to be very politically correct. At this age, don't want to be politically correct. You can be politically correct after age of 40 years. Oh, I'm not good in science, have arts and humanities. It is my passion. This is emerging and lucrative sector. Yes, yes, we need money. We need money. Yeah, money matters. I love trees. Yes, I love trees. I find it glamorous and want to be UN ambassador. Good. I want to see that 2% people who are very honest that I want to be UN ambassador. Like
I am
Messi.
here.
Yeah, like Messi. Yeah, like Lionel Messi or something. Like, yeah. I'm a mad molecule. Yes, I am also known as a mad molecule. 1%. I love nature. 27%. Not sure. 2%. Good. Some kind of uncertainty is always good in the life. All. This is politically correct answer. All. 4%. All. Okay, great. I think 104, Naveen, we can go to the next question. Yes, there are a lot of questions in the thing that how can we do something for the Paris Accord? So have you taken any green pledges before? Green pledges is something like a green oath, something like that. Yeah. Not only pledges, but also doing some actions. Very honest team, 38% is saying no. Good. 115, 16. Wow. Naveen, we can go to the next slide. Yes, this is the thing. This is the open thing. Whatever you want to write. For the 67% who said yes, can you mention any significant one?
You can use the chat box as well.
You can use the chat box at the same time. Not applicable. Okay. I don't litter in public places. Okay. Saying no to crackers, to recycle plastics, Swachh Bharat mission. Amazing. Reducing carbon footprint. I would like to understand in the chat box where is carbon footprint. How did you reduce the carbon footprint in the chat box? I think, yeah, this is Paris Accord. What you are saying, it is nothing but making the Paris Accord is a local level. That is why often I say that climate action is global, global plus local. It is local. Yes, 61%, Naveen, 61% mentioned our thing. Yeah, oh, wow. Can we scroll down a little bit, Naveen? Yes. Zero waste management. Oh, do not use air conditioning. Good.
Diwali circular.
I mean, I'm in Chennai. I find it hard.
Yeah. Got chance to close with nature. Amazing. Say no to plastic bags. Amazing.
Government of India have announced that from 1st of July 2022,
Yes.
no single-use plastic is banned.
Yes. Yes. Very valid point. But at the same time, you have to give them substitute.
Yes.
Is the cloth bags are there. So that is the thing.
For the first time, they are given almost a year's timeline of that time.
Yes.
Earlier, they said, okay, from tomorrow it is not going to be used. But now, this time, they have given 1 year timeline. So
Yes.
hopefully, they will bring some substitute by then.
Yes. Yes. Lake and river cleanup. I think it's a very good thing. Yes, we can go to the next thing.
It is nice also because a lot of young people are actually working on sustainability and especially focused on single-use plastics. awareing other people about the alternatives. So I personally am with this volunteering organization called Walk for Plastic. You can
Wow.
find it on Instagram and Facebook. So this was started by an artist. Can you imagine?
Amazing.
He started illustrating using the waste products. Then he shifted himself into the single-use plastics, which he saw once he visited the beach. And then that took into such a big moment that we recently, created a huge 120 feet plastic Christmas tree. And then government saw it. And then we were the ones who created the Corona helmet, which was given to the police for the awareness. The one which went
Amazing.
very viral on the BBC. It was created out of broken helmet, recycled papers, and a bit of tape and color, of course.
Amazing. Amazing. So this is a very interesting thing. If you join this space, how would you like to be referred? So practitioners, activists, very good policymakers, scientists, other, I think, fine. What is the other? Anything that in the chat box?
I hope Priya Gupta, who was not able to answer in the last quiz, was able to join this time.
Yes, thank you, Naveen, for keeping this in mind.
Thank you.
Environmental
And also-
writer, amazing. Businessman, good. What the kind of business? It's a very interesting answer. Businessman in these things, good. But business, green businessman,
Recycling business,
uh,
maybe.
writer, good.
Okay.
Yusuf, I have a question from Kirti. She says, Kriti, she says, how should someone who is doing a desk job and aspire to work in the community begin? So she's doing a desk job, but she
Okay.
aspires to work and begin with something. How to?
She
Is
can
that
start with her own society. If she's staying in a housing society or is staying in a rural areas or something, she can start with her own society. She doesn't need to find anything else. She can make kind of a thing. Her society can be a green society. Her society, there's no littering or going to surrounding places, because COVID has learned many things to us. Like in our society, a group of youth work on this entire mask thing. So they say everything, every alternate day, they do some kind of vigilance check that if society people are going out, they're wearing mask or not. Because I am from Mumbai, and you know that Mumbai is the epitome of the entire COVID outbreak. So the thing is that we can start from anywhere. And the best part is that with the green job, you do not need any permission from anyone. No one, you do not need any permission. So green job is the one kind of job which is always practical in nature. You have a prop. We see a lot of dance these days shows some dance things come with the props. So in the green jobs, we have a lot of props. So that is the beauty of the green jobs. Or I could say the green activism or the green warriors or the change makers, whatever you say.
Well, yes, I would sum up by saying the Young Warriors campaign, which was recently given by Yuva, UNICEF India. Thank you so much, Yusuf. Thank you so much for joining today and inspiring us with your story and also answering the questions. I'm pretty sure the participants loved the polling session because it really did have the honest answers, just not the regular ones. Thank you so much for joining today. And yes, would you like to share something? You're looking.
No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I must say that just go for your dream and everything. Don't look for how much money you'll be getting, what is the whether it is a good organization or a bad organization. Nothing is good or bad. Everything is relative and brings the perspective. You can make it is individual matters. Always remember, like, so that is something that most inspires. And I believe the present generation, the generation that I was discussing, and when I see day-to-day life, they are much advanced and knowledgeable and assertive. We are not assertive in our age, which the present generation is. So that is very crucial in this entire sector. Even if you want to spend 1 year to find a good proper profession for you, spending 1 year finding a proper profession for you is not a bad option, but choose wisely. Over. Abrar.
Thank you so much.